weight bout, and Pernell Whitaker from Norfolk, Virginia, in at 21 years of age, stopped tough Avery in a TKO second round in his first bout. He's a left-hander and put on quite a show in that first outing. He also won the amateur Triple Crown, and that's really worth talking about because that's the '82 Pan Am Games, the World Championship, and the Olympic gold at 132. His opponent is Dan Avery. He is also a left-hander, 25 years of age, comes in with a record of 10-3-2. He's handled and trained by Goody and Pat Petronelli, the brother combination that handles world middleweight champion Marvelous Marvin Hagler. His two best fights were losses, but they were against top quality fighters. Parrots Alley in 8 rounds and a 9-round KO by Harry Arroyo. Oh, there's Dan Avery. He is another fighter possessing defensive skills. Pernell Whitaker, so accurate in his opening victory. Avery, a TKO 250 of the second round in his fight in New York City. The tail of the tape now, reflecting there, shows the 3-inch advantage in reach will go to Whitaker. Their weight is approximate and their height is approximate. And, of course, there's a 4-year difference in the age.
Gentlemen, I want a good, clean fight. I want you to listen to my commands. When I say break, stop punching immediately. Step back with your hands up. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Watch the low blows. Watch your head. Do you have any questions? Shake hands, go back to your corner.
Tony Orlando is your referee out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. The judges are Charlie Spina, Lynn Carter, and Rocky Castellani. They use 8-ounce gloves. The ring is 20 by 20. And we go with round number 1 for Pernell Whitaker in the gold trunks against Danny Avery. Watch the accuracy of Whitaker. He has been over the last couple of years really coming into his own. But Avery knows something about this game. He's been around. And he comes out of a very good stable of fighters, the Petronelli brothers. Whitaker, a little different in what we just saw from Taylor in that he is disciplined, he is more patient, and he does not waste a lot of energy. Little more deliberate pace in this fight. Avery trying to step in to hook the right hand. And Whitaker will have none of it.
Go ahead.
There's a chopping left by Whitaker. And another one. The right to the face followed by the left coming over the top. That right hand thrown out in as the jab is very strong. Very punishing blow by Whitaker. Whoa, a combination by Whitaker, and that jarred Avery right down to his shoes. But he wore it well. So Whitaker has landed 3 good, solid lefts to the head here in this first round. You notice Avery's head snapped back when he runs into that straight right. It does have unusual power from Whitaker. Avery backing away with the jab to get out of the corner. And Whitaker now literally stalking him. There's that left to the head again, followed by a straight right, and Avery gets off the ropes in a hurry. He wanted no part of that melee on the ropes that time. So he's been stung by 4 of Whitaker's left hands in this first round. So it's a good beginning for Pernell Whitaker in round number 1 against Danny Avery. We go to round 2 now. At 135 pounds, lightweights, in the gold trunks, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, or as his pals call him, Pete, of Norfolk, Virginia, against Danny Avery in the black trunks. Whitaker in control of the first round. Both left-handers, and Whitaker continues to peck away with that very harsh straight right. Whitaker controlled the first round, and he's got the pace starting the second. He landed 4 solid left hands to Avery's head in that first round. He started stalking him about the middle of the first round, and he's still doing it. Quick hands. Pernell Whitaker may be the man to make the move in professional boxing. He may actually make the move faster than some others. Remember the 90-meter score. Oh, he's got him as Avery takes a solid shot to the head and just slowly crumbles on the ropes. Up, trying to shake it off. This may be over. Well, Tony Orlando's going to let him go, but he's in trouble. Now, let's see the finishing ability of Pernell Whitaker, whether or not the experience of Avery will prevail here, and he will be able to survive. Eyes still look cloudy. He took a solid shot and came up shaking his head. He's still trying to clear his head. Whitaker biding his time. He didn't come in flailing away. He's trying to find it, and Avery now, gambling on a wild left hand, misses with it and begins to look a little better. Left hooking over the top, right coming from underneath. Both scored for Whitaker. There's that straight right, and it has such power in it that it literally stops Avery in his tracks. Now he hooks the right, and Avery bleeding some from the nose. Whitaker, another left. He's drawn blood, and he is definitely in control of the fight after round number 2. Now let's go to Jim McKay at Stanford Stadium, Palo Alto, California.
We'll go with 2 hands, baby. 2 hands.
We go to round number 3, and watching Danny Avery, he seems to have recovered from having been knocked down with a right-left combination by Pernell Whitaker in the second round, but comes out into the center of the ring and immediately takes 3 stiff rights to the head. There's the left again, and a combination by Pernell Whitaker. I don't know if I've seen too many lightweights of late that can snap your head back with the authority of Whitaker's right hand. If you have that tattoo in you for about 4, 5, 6 rounds, it can get wearisome. Oh, there's the left again. Came right over the shoulder with it and delivered it right on target, followed by another one. Avery's tough. He went down in the second for an 8 count. Avery sliding away from that left, but the left comes in as an uppercut, and it jars Avery, and again he's bleeding from the nose. Whitaker being quite deliberate. He didn't come out and start chasing and flailing away at Avery after you knocked him down. He was biding his time, and there's 2 combinations, a pair of them, and Avery took them solid on the jaw and stood. And Whitaker just going about his business.
Let him out. Let him out. No punches. Step back. Turn up. Turn up. Just missed with that one.
Made a lot of noise, but not much damage. The right hand is the thing that's doing the damage right now for Pernell Whitaker. It's like walking into a post every time that thing comes popping out. Whitaker missing again with the left as Avery stepped inside. Saw it coming, sensed it coming, stepped inside of it. Less than a half minute to go now in round number 3, and Whitaker has been the boss of this one from the first bell. Missed with the left. Had him set up for it and couldn't land it. So Pernell Whitaker is like Meldrick Taylor going the long. We go to round number 4 for Pernell Whitaker in the gold trunks against Danny Avery in the black trunks. Whitaker has controlled this fight, looking very much like a seasoned professional, this being only his second professional fight. But he did have over 200 victories as an amateur and 13 losses with 91 KOs, and I've gone around a goodly portion of the world with him myself in recent years. Got a little wild right there, but came right back with that right hand and keeps Avery at bay with it. Avery comes in with a 10-3-2 record, but Whitaker does not look to me like a fighter who's only having his second professional fight. Very disciplined, very deliberate, patient, not wasting a lot of energy. And who knows, he may be jumping into the national picture, international picture very quickly. There's a lot of room to work in the lightweight division right now. You actually have 3 viable championships. The WBC held by Jose Luis Ramirez, the WBA by Livingstone Bramble, and the International Boxing Federation by Harry Arroyo. Harry Arroyo was one of the fighters that Danny Avery lost to, but it was a close fight going into the 9th round when Arroyo got him. That right hand over the top hurt, it seemed, Avery there. And you see his head again. When every time Whitaker lands it, and he is so accurate, it is a powerful blow.
All right, break.
Oh, the left hand solid on the jaw. Avery hurt. He went right through his guard, and Whitaker just through that fraction of an opening, nailed it. But Avery able to slide away from it again. He's a clever fighter, pretty good fighter, as a matter of fact. He's no stiff, I'll tell you that. It's not a bum-of-the-month road that these Olympians are traveling. But this Olympian, Mr. Whitaker, is really an impressive-looking youngster. Discipline, patience, and accuracy, plus the obvious, the hitting ability, the hard body shot, and Avery's hurt from it. The left hand went to the body, and it hurt him. And Avery now trying to tie him up on the ropes and get away from him to get his breath. Danny's shaken up by the body punch. A left to the side of the head, and Whitaker's got him in the corner, but Avery able to slip out of there, and Tony Orlando separates them. This is round number 4, and another left hand by Whitaker. It's an impressive outing for Whitaker, but he has not been able to stop Avery yet. Has been stopped after the 4th round. TKO victory for Pernell Whitaker. Lou Duva there walking through the picture, delighted with this one. He was... If you want him, Lou Duva, to start singing a song, start talking about Pernell Whitaker, because his 2 professional outings have been so outstanding. His work through the Olympics was so outstanding. Over the last year and a half, he has been a patient, disciplined, accurate boxer, and looks to be on his way to quite a professional career. The young man from Norfolk, Virginia. And here's some of the kind of punishment that he was dishing out to Danny Avery throughout. Now, Danny Avery, out of Cambridge, Mass., living in Lynn, trained by Pat and Goody Petronelli. And that's the same stable now that where Marvelous Marvin Hagler exists, and a number of other good young fighters. So he has good people to work with. He has good people working to develop him as a fighter. He comes in at 10-3-2, and he took a walloping today from Pernell Whitaker. That's as simple as I can put it. Totally decisive. Stopped after the 4th round, and the second successive professional victory now for the young man from Norfolk, Virginia, Pernell Whitaker.